Hey, decoders, welcome back. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Rob. This is a music critic show. We are not music experts, just a couple of buddies from the Midwest with nothing better to do than listen to music and talk about it. Sometimes our discussions get a little crazy, so we decided to record it and share it with you. Every week, we'll bring you our take on music in a way you may or may not have thought about before.
Rob is right. We are not experts. We are approaching this as passionate, albeit amateur music critics. Everything from Slim Shady to Sinatra, Meghan Trainor to Metallica is up for grabs. Nobody is safe.
We just have a perspective that's slightly off base from the rest of the world. But hey, if you think we're wrong, let us know in the comments section. Artists, if we're ridiculously off base, come on the show. Tell us why we're wrong. Let's talk about it. Either way, this is our perspective. Deal with it.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe, play it a little too loud in your cubicle, play it a little too loud in traffic, just plain word of mouth. Let your friends, family, and coworkers know we're here. If you really like what we do and you want to support us directly, hit us up on patreon.com/lyricsdecoded for special additional content.
We'll do our best to keep things family-friendly, but we make no promises. It may come off the rails from time to time, but we'll do our best to reel things back in.
With no further ado, welcome to Lyrics Decoded. All right, decoders, if you remember, we are talking about Smells Like Teen Spirit, and we were up at the top 5, so let's find out where we go from here.
Top 5 songs!
Yeah, I love top 5.
Number 7.
Number 7 of the top 5.
So, I'm not even going to explain myself. Yeah, I probably am. Number 7, I have as In Bloom. All right. I had to put number 7 as In Bloom because it wasn't part of the actual top 5. And it didn't have a ranking on the U.S. charts, but it's listed in Rolling Stone as number 407 to the 500 greatest songs. So it's on a 500 greatest songs of all time. But like I said, it didn't get a ranking on the U.S. Billboard because it didn't have the right single type of release. So those rules changed in 98, like we talked about, but I gotta have In Bloom on here.
Yeah.
Which cannot be played acoustically.
I've actually given that a lot of thought, and I think I could do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kurt didn't think he could.
You would have to change an awful lot about it, but without doing, the full regalia of the song, you'd have to dial it way back, but it could be done. I really do think it could be.
All right, I'd have to hear that. So number 7, that's why In Bloom is on here.
Yeah.
Number 7 of the top 5. So number 6.
Okay.
This one made me mad, and that's why it's on here. So number 6 I have is All Apologies, which should be number 5.
Yes.
Okay? Because it's number 49 on the U.S. charts. Lithium is number 5. That's number 64 on the charts. Well, wait a minute. 49, 64?
Yeah.
Its ranking got moved up to number 5 because it was number 5 on the UK charts. So as high as it got in the UK, pushed it further in the top 5. So because the UK liked Lithium better than All Apologies, it moved it higher up on there. So I said, no, I'm going to put All Apologies on here because it deserves to be on the top 5 because in the US, it's ranked higher than that. So thank you, UK. We love you, but
No,
All Apologies. So 7, In Bloom. 6, All Apologies. Number 5, Lithium. Who was it that did the other song called Lithium? Remember we did an episode and I'm like, top 5 songs, and I had said Lithium. And you're like, you can't do that. And I'm like, it's not a cover. I don't know. We'll remember it. So number 5, Lithium. Number 4, About a Girl. Number 3, Come As You Are.
Okay.
Number 2,
Plush.
Cumbersome. Number 2, Heart-Shaped Box.
Okay.
And number 1,
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Which only got to number 6 on the U.S. charts.
I believe that.
Number 1 on the rock. All these are like freaking number 1 on the rock and alternative charts.
I mean, 1991, you also have to understand, they're dealing with the Black Album, right, at the same time. Like the Black Album was on the U.S. charts for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like there were, as big as they were, as much of a cultural shift as it was, Mariah Carey was still bigger at the time. Metallica was still bigger at the time. Just was. There's a fly, and it is aggressive.
I saw that, dude. He went right for your microphone. So, I know, I'm sorry. I screw up the top 5 quite a bit. I know, but there's your top 5, which are 7.
Yes.
So to make up
Love
for it, I have top 5 Kurt Cobain quotes.
Nice.
I'm going to follow up the top 5 songs with quotes. So top 5 Kurt Cobain quotes. Number
Okay.
5. Rap music is the only vital form of music introduced since punk rock.
Says
Kurt Cobain.
Says the face of the grunge movement.
Yes.
I love it.
Did you see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Number 4. If I went to jail, at least I wouldn't have to sign autographs.
Just different kinds, Kurt.
Number 3. The duty of youth is to challenge corruption.
You said duty.
Number 2. I love this. I want right now. I want you to like take your foot and put it up on the rowing machine there, and put your hand on your hip like this, okay? And say, "I am not well read, but when I do read, I read well." This is number 2 quote. I am not well read, but when I do read, I read well.
That's awesome.
Number 1. If you're a really mean person, you're going to come back as a fly and eat poop.
And there's a fly in the room.
There is. There's some mean person's coming back here, coming for you.
Gonna eat my poop.
So I'm not sure if you guys have figured this out, but this is going to be a really long episode.
Yes.
So, the video assessment. We're going to move in. We're moving on from the top 5 songs and top 5 Kurt Cobain quotes, and we're moving on to the video assessment.
Awesome.
Everybody knows this video. Okay, so we're going to do this a little bit differently because there's so much info on the video, and most people out there is pretty familiar with it. So, again, I think I had my disclaimer in. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say in our first episode, because I think we're probably on a second episode for this by now.
Yeah, we're definitely moved into second episode territory. We may be on our way to a third. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, we record just all in one session. It's not like we go out and we plan on doing like a 2-part or 3-part episode. We just talk until the episode is done.
Yes.
And if it goes on a little too long, sometimes we split it up into 2 or 3. That's up to us afterwards. We figure it out. So
that all happens in post-editing.
Yep, it's all one recording in one sitting. So if there's like a 2-part or a 3-part episode, keep in mind, it may take 3 weeks for you guys to hear all 3 parts. We sat here and recorded it all in one go.
Yes.
We don't do, clips and come back. So anyway, as I just spent 5 minutes explaining why this episode is so long. On to the video. All right. Like I said, I had to break it down into lists. I had to go to my primal core brain.
There's just so much lore behind this song. So there's got to be just as much about the music video.
So the Google assessment of the video. I'm going to go through a small paragraph with that, and then we're going to go through my list. So the video cemented its legacy as a deranged high school pep rally that explodes into chaos. Shot by director Samuel Bayer, it cost about $50,000. Shoestring budget for MTV, so it wasn't much. And it ended with the now iconic image of the janitor sweeping the wreckage while cheerleaders danced with the anarchy symbol on their uniforms. So within weeks, the clip was in heavy rotation on MTV, transforming Nirvana from Seattle cult favorites into international stars. That was the video. It gave an assessment of the success on... Okay, Google, you go home. You're drunk. So here's my list. Like I said, I had to break this down a list, and I only have 10 parts on the list. So,
is that all?
They're quick. Okay. Number 1, the kids were real punks. That's what it says. Real punks, not hired extras. Samuel Baer, the director, intentionally cast actual punk kids and misfits from local LA clubs because he didn't want fake Hollywood teenagers. So the punks in the video, I keep saying punks because that's how they refer to them as.
There's a lot of pop on it, too.
Sorry about the hard P, guys.
Giggity.
They were paid $100 and pizza to be in the video.
I love that.
$100 and some pizza. Yes. To be
They had to
remembered.
split $100 and one pizza.
That'd be if it was our employer.
Yeah, right.
My God. Pizza party, guys. No, I think they were all paid $100 each, and then they got pizza for lunch. But could you imagine being in one of the most iconic videos of all time, and you look back on it and go, 30 years ago, I was paid $100 and got a slice of some sausage?
I went to Goodwill and bought 20 flannels.
So the video was inspired by Jonathan Kaplan's 1979 film Over the Edge. Cobain loved the movie's youth rebellion boils over vibe, which is why the video ends in a riot instead of a pep rally. That was Cobain's idea. The janitor was based on a real high school custodian Kurt knew. Cobain said the janitor was a tribute to a guy from his high school who used to whistle tunes while sweeping the bleachers.
Nice.
So, number four.
The
cheerleaders were originally supposed to be normal. Cobain changed that. So during pre-production, he specifically requested goth teenagers with the Anarchy A instead of normal cheerleader uniforms. So the band hated, and I know I'm burning through these.
Yeah.
All right. The band hated the first cut of the video. Baer's initial edit looked too clean. Cobain told him to dirty it up, make it shakier, grainier, and more chaotic. And that's the version that we know today. It's the second cut that they did of the video.
Were you able to find, did you even look up to see if there was anything out there of the original cut, the cleaner, prettier version?
No, I didn't. I probably should have.
Well, I've never heard this story before. This is new to me. I'm just curious as to what a clean version of that would look like.
I'm going to guess instead of... This is the only thing I can figure, and I'm coming up with this off the cuff, is that they probably told the dude to take his camera off the tripod and put it on his shoulder.
Yeah, probably.
Instead of a steady camera across the stage, it was moving around. You know, it was kind of bouncing.
Sure, doing your best to hold it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with just that little bit of shake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Is instead of having the, like the Price is Right, big camera tripod on wheels, that they push around, that kind of thing. And they pick the camera up. So
that's funny.
When the kids started destroying the set, it wasn't planned. That riot was not in the script. Baer kept it in and kept the cameras rolling because the crowd went feral after hours of retakes. So I don't know how it says that the version we know now is the second cut, and then the next thing I read, it says hours of retakes. So I don't know. The truth is somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah.
But the extras actually trashed the real gym equipment that was in there.
Well, that's what you get when you gather up a bunch of quote-unquote real punks.
And then you have hours of retakes, and you only pay them $100 and give them some pizza?
Yeah, they probably got the pizza, 4 or 5 hours ago.
Way early on, yeah.
We're hungry. We want to spend this $100 on some food. No, it's only a couple more hours, guys. Screw this. We're trashing the place.
So, Cobain, his hair dye had faded, so they had to re-dye it on set. So, Kurt arrived with washed out blue hair. He originally had washed out blue hair, and the crew scrambled to recolor it blonde for continuity, which is why his hair looks uneven from one shot to the next. I never noticed, but...
Well, back then, they were using Kool-Aid packets to dye their hair, so you only got, a couple days out of it. It wasn't... really good, bright color hair dye like we have now.
Industrial strength uranium to dye it like they do now. Novoselic almost knocked himself out for real during the video. So when he threw his bass in the air,
Yeah.
it's an iconic moment in the video. He misjudged the catch, and the bass smacked the stage inches from his face. He said later, "It could have killed me."
Oh, yeah. That's not the first time he's done that.
Oh.
It's not the only time he does it.
And I read this, and I said, wait a minute. I've seen him do that and, like, actually have a problem. Oh, was that not him?
No, that was him.
And then he was in the back, who was it that hit himself with a guitar, and then they went backstage, and they were hanging out with Queen.
Brian May.
May.
It was him. It was Chris Novoselic.
That was him.
It was at the MTV Music Awards. That's why Brian May was there.
See, because when I read this, I'm like, that didn't happen in this video. I knew it happened somewhere else. That's something he does all the time.
He does. There's
catch.
a reason why he's retired from being a live performer, right? And he can't stop throwing his bass in the air.
He can't throw and he can't catch, but he keeps doing it. Just play the bass, dude. Okay.
Or instead of catching it, throw it up, let it hit the ground. Just follow Kurt's lead and smash the stupid thing.
Jesus. So, in the video, it's real, like, smoky and foggy.
Yeah.
That is not from a fog machine. It was from actual burning garbage. The production used literal burning trash in metal bins because the facility did not have fog machines on hand that day. So they stuffed trash into cans and burned it. That's smoke. That's not fog. You all right? Take a breath.
I'm just thinking of that poor janitor.
Literally hot garbage. Yes. So MTV resisted.
$100 in pizza ain't worth it.
That's why they write it at the end. Yeah. MTV resisted playing it at first until one exec. Okay. So MTV didn't want to play the video until one exec, they said exec, I don't know who that is, snuck it into rotation. It was originally slotted for late night, like 120 minutes is what it was called. Late night, 120 minutes. A single MTV programmer quietly moved it into early day rotation because he knew it would explode. And within a week, it was the most requested video on the network.
Wow.
Yeah. And what a fantastic video it is.
Yeah.
You know who else made a video a lot like it?
Is he kind of an odd guy?
Is it Weird Al Yankovic?
Yes, it is.
So, I don't know how many people out there know it, but Weird Al did a parody of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
I love Weird Al. Whenever we get to talk about Weird Al, it's the best.
Of course, I love the name of it. Smells Like Nirvana. The album was Waffle King, released April 3rd, 1992. Now we're just going to go through another episode.
Yes.
Hit number 35 on the Hot 100. The parody.
Yes.
So
the Weird Al.
Weird Al's song was written to poke fun at Nirvana singer Kurt Cobain for his unintelligible lyrics in the original song. So Weird Al quote on the Howard Stern show, "My manager was having a tough time getting through to his people, to Kurt's people. So I find out that he's going to be on SNL, and I thought, oh, I'll just call him up."
You sounded just like him.
So he simply called Kurt Cobain on the phone on Saturday Night Live at the studio. So he calls SNL and talks to Kurt while Kurt is at SNL.
That's awesome.
Here's the way the phone call went. Weird Al. "Hey, Kurt, I'd like to parody Smells Like Teen Spirit." Kurt Cobain. "Is it going to be about food?" Weird Al. "No, it's going to be about how nobody can understand your lyrics." Kurt Cobain. "Huh. Oh, sure, of course. That's funny." That's it. That's the whole
interaction.
That's the whole conversation.
I love that Kurt was like self-aware enough that he's just like, I don't want to be another like fat guy in one of your, and he's like, oh, because this is supposed to be poking. This is another song that's poking fun that went on to be enormous. Wow.
And with Kurt's sense of humor now, knowing all the other stuff that he said, how well does that fall into Kurt's sense of humor, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to do it about how nobody can understand your lyrics.
And you know,
funny.
I got to wonder if this was while they were filming Saturday Night Live. Like, so they're like, you've got Chris Farley on stage and he's getting pulled away to a phone call. And he's like, man, I want to listen to something funny. Weird Al's on the phone. I'll take that call.
Yep, there we go. So the Weird Al video was shot on the same Culver City soundstage as Nirvana's original video, to mirror the look beat for beat, right? The director was Jay Levy, who aimed for a near shot-for-shot parody, which I think I have on here somewhere that Samuel Behr was freaking pissed about it. I don't know. Maybe I didn't put that in here somewhere. But yeah, Jay Levy tried to redo the entire video that Samuel Behr did, and then Behr was pissed off about it. But anyway, it might be later. So they reused a lot of the same cheerleaders and the crowd extras from the Nirvana video. So they reused a lot of the stuff. Even the janitor is the same actor. His name's Tony De La Rosa. The janitor is the same guy. So...
I love it.
During the solo gag where Al gargles water to the tune of the lead guitar.
Have you ever tried to do that? It is incredibly impressive. It is difficult to do.
I don't think I've ever tried that.
I'm weird. Never mind.
So the solo there was gargling water, kazoos, and a tuba.
Awesome.
Very Weird Al. Yes. Yes. But even his video was nominated for the MTV's 1992 Best Male Video. It didn't help, or it didn't win, but it did help his career. So here we are. I think this is it. Levy recounted that Samuel Behr was less than enthused about helping the parody. Less than enthused. I read something else on there that he was pissed. I think I whitewashed this a bit, but there's a quote, blink and you'll miss it cameo in the video. Do you know who makes a cameo in the bleachers of the Weird Al Yankovic video Smells Like Nirvana? Tony Hawk is an extra.
I knew that. I was like, I know who this is. I can't remember. But I heard about that.
And one label exec told Al that the parody itself helped Nirvana sell an extra 1 million copies of the actual album Nevermind. So because Weird Al did the parody, it helped Nevermind's actual album sell an extra 1 million copies.
There are a lot of artists that have said, you have not made it until Weird Al covers your song. Mm-hmm. And I'll bet that's why, right? Because, when he did Eat It, it had to have sold more Beat It records.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
So this is no different. And then Coolio and his thing. So,
and that's why Prince didn't give Weird Al permission to parody any of his songs, because he knew he'd already made it. I don't need you. Is that about right?
So yeah, it's consistent with what I know about Prince.
Consistent with Prince.
And look what happens when somebody covers one of Prince's songs and it does better.
Yeah, they end up having a wonderful dinner date with Prince. Check out the Sinead O'Connor episode. Songwriting credits for the parody: Weird Al, Kurt Cobain, Novoselic, and Garol.
I love
for the parody.
Yeah.
So it peaked at number 35 on the Hot 100, which is rare for a comedy track, but it's also rare for the credits to actually go for the parody for the original songwriters. So this is one of the only ones that has the original artist as credited for writing.
Knowing what I know about Dave Grohl and hearing all of this about Kurt Cobain,
yeah,
they probably insisted on it. They're like, yeah, you got a band. That's cool. We wrote the original. Please let us sit in on this. I wouldn't be at all surprised if Dave Grohl was the recorded drummer.
That would be awesome. I didn't find any information on that, but that would be great. That would be great.
Like if they just used the original band for what would be the parody band track. That would be awesome.
I don't have anything on it. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
Check it out in part 7 of Smells Like Teen Spirit. Now, so, all right, well, there's the video. Like I said, I had to itemize everything in like a PowerPoint presentation because there was so much info.
There's so much on this.
So let's get to my assessment of the song.
Yeah.
My assessment. So as we've said before, I try to go through my assessment, and then I go through the lyrics before I look up any info on the song. That way, it's kind of my own brainchild on like what I think the song is about without having that corrupted by, facts.
Yeah, and all that.
That sounds really bad. That's not what I meant. But it's like what I think the song is. So that's why when we go through my assessment, we'll go through the lyrics, and the lyrics are kind of what we think, we discuss what we think it is, and then afterwards you find out what the actual meaning is. So my assessment is, I at first I thought it was like a rebellious anthem, but the older I got, the more I listened to it, it kind of changed my thinking, and it morphed more into sarcastic song making fun of our generation. Yes.
Yeah.
So it was, I think, exactly as intended. Because when I was younger, I was like, yeah, revolution. And then afterwards, I was like, God damn it, they're making fun of me. So the lyrics are from a first-person perspective of a generalized late 80s, 90s kid. A person who kind of acts stupid and lazy because they think everyone else will think they're cool if they act stupid and lazy. So they have the mindset of don't even try because you will definitely lose. But if you lose on purpose, then you can be cool because you chose to lose.
Right.
That's kind of the feeling that I would get.
I've always seen this song, always leaned on the emotion of this song from when because we were 11 and 12 years old when this song was
11. Yeah.
When this song was at its fresh new peak. And I remember so clearly that video and just like the emotion that swelled up in me. That's always what I've leaned into. I've never, and I've intentionally never given a lot of thought to these lyrics because I know that they're primarily gibberish. But it's like, I very much identify with the kids in those stands that it was time to start setting trash cans on fire, and it was time to let that anger out that just comes from just being a kid in the early 90s, right?
Yeah. No, I get it. Reach the boiling point. But you say that the lyrics are that the lyrics are primarily gibberish, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that Kurt told people. Another one of his jokes.
Okay.
I think. Maybe. Let's go through the lyrics because when I go through them line by line and I explain to you what I think each line means, it could be very intentional for each line.
Okay.
Could be. So you ready to go into the lyrics?
Let's do it.
So now it's entirely possible that I'm way overthinking
a
lot of these, and I could be out of my mind. But hear me out, okay?
All right.
If you think I'm nuts, you think I'm nuts. But I think some of this makes sense. So we're gonna go through all the actual lyrics line by line, and I'm gonna tell you why I think they make sense because I've heard that too. It's just gibberish. It's gibberish pushed together that sounds good together, and it doesn't actually mean anything. Or it's a rebellion. Or it's the best pop song ever made. Or it's...
Yeah.
So I think there's intention in a lot of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. You ready?
Let's roll.
All right, we're going to start off with the lyrics. The actual lyrics to Smells Like Teen Spirit. So the first line is, load up on guns, bring your friends. This is the way I interpret that line. As a generation, it sounds like, do something stupid. Come on, everybody's in on it. Everybody's doing it. Load up on guns. Bring your friends, right?
Yep.
It's fun to lose and just pretend. Like I had said earlier, losing on purpose. That's the line I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's fun to lose, just pretend, right? Just act like you didn't try. You're going to lose anyway. So, you know what? Might as well lose on purpose.
Yeah.
She's overboard and self-assured. So, overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Okay, so I've got a lot to break down with this. I know it's only 2 little lines. Okay, but hear me out. Okay, so self-assured. She says she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. So self-assured could be the dirty word itself. Right?
Okay.
By saying self-assured, that's a dirty word because our generation, we're not supposed to be self-assured.
Right.
Right? We're supposed to, be like no self-confidence and whatever.
Right.
So, or the dirty word is making reference to like how the boomer generation, I'm using finger quotes, boomer generation, still considers dirty words like a really bad thing. As in they're 2 separate thoughts. She's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Right? So either self-assured is the dirty word, or they're making reference to, if I really wanted to, I could drop an F-bomb in this line right here.
Well, maybe not an F-bomb, but maybe a word that rhymes with itch and starts with a capital C. I think since we're here to analyze the lyrics, I would think that load up on guns, bring your friends. It's time to play cops and robbers. It's time to play cowboys and Indians. Whatever it is that you want to play. She's overboard and self-assured. She thinks she's better than us because she doesn't want to play along. And this is the...
I like that.
This is the leading into the chaos to follow, right? Like, oh no, like it's time to jump off. It's time to start the chaos.
And I'm glad you said jump off because overboard, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing I noticed though, because I always thought overboard, like jump off, like you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Except in the actual lyrics, it's not overboard. It's over hyphen board, overboard.
She's uninspired.
Well, so that's what I need to know. We need to figure out, what does it mean by overboard? So initially, I think overboard means like she fell off the ship. Mm-hmm. Overboard, right? But it's spelled with the hyphen.
B-O-R-E-D.
And it's B-O-R-E-D. Yeah, it's overboard, as in board. So the technical definition for overboard is drilled wider than usual. Like taking a 3/8 hole and drilling it out to a 1/2 inch. That would make the bore over what it was intentional.
So she's been all wallered out. Okay.
Overboard.
I thought...
Hold on. I have to finish that thought because I think you think I'm making a dirty joke. I'm not. It means she's been pushed past her limits. She's overboard. As in she can't take anymore. She's been extended out as far as she can.
Well, I don't think that's what that means. What I think that means is she is beyond what's the verbiage I'm looking for? She is
so bored it's like a diagnosable condition. Like working the security gate at the Twinkie factory at night. There's nothing to do.
Yeah. And the Twinkie factory's in the middle of nowhere. It's not even in a bad neighborhood, right? Like it's just like she is so uninspired, but she is so self-assured in that uninspiring that she's above us playing cops and robbers.
Or it's all three. So she's overboard as if on the ship because she's outside of social norms. She's overboard, right? She's also overboard like the hole because she's been pushed past her limits. She's been
This is not about Courtney Love.
No. She's overboard as in past her limits, right?
Yeah, it just glazed over my whole joke. You just no, and kept going. Oh. Dude, that was solid.
You can't say glazed over your hole. You can't say that. Anyway, and she's overboard, like super bored, like incredibly bored. Like there's nothing entertaining anywhere around it. So she's outside social norms, she's past her patience limits, and she is bored beyond belief. All three fit.
Yes.
There, lyrics decoded. I fixed it.
Yeah. Oh. Cool. Is that all of the song, though?
No, that's just the first verse.
We told you it was going to be a long one.
We're in for a ride, folks. So then we go into hello, 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 how low. So it's 3 hellos and then a how low. I didn't know. I thought it was just hello. Yeah.
I thought it could. Seen it on karaoke screens, right? Yeah. It was hello, 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 hello.
How low? It's how low. That last one is how low. So that's like hello, hello, hello. Can you hear us? How low do we have to go to be noticed, to get your attention? Hello, 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 how low? Hello, 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 how low?
Awesome.
Gibberish, right?
Yep, totally.
That's why I'm saying. Okay, now we get into with the lights out, it's less dangerous.
I thought it was with the lights on, it's less dangerous.
With the lights out. I looked it up multiple different places. I never found one that said on. It says with the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. All right, we're going to get into Rob misheard lyrics.
Okay.
Because I never knew that was the line.
Neither did I.
No, I thought it was way different. We're going crispy squirrel here, man. Now, hear me out, because my lyric makes sense too, okay? But when he sings, with the lights out, it's less dangerous, here we are now, entertain us, I seriously always thought he said, well, a lifetime has sustained us, here we are now, entertain us. I swear to God. I always thought that was the line. Well, a lifetime has sustained us. Here we are now. Entertain us. I always. Come on. Breathe.
I can't.
Breathe.
How?
This is radio, sir.
Yes, it is.
Come on.
We this is why we need video. Okay, so
with the lights out list, I never knew that was the line ever. I read it and I went, This is the wrong lyrics.
I always thought it was with the lights on, it's less dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us. Because, like, when you're at a concert, right, they always turn the lights out. Or when you're at the movies, they always turn the lights out. But that's when the shenanigans in the front row of Snow White happened. And
there's only one person in this front row. Nope, there's 2.
So, but that was always what I thought it was. Like, they're going to be more likely to behave if the lights are on. That's what I always thought that was.
See, and in reading the lyrics, like I said, I try to read the lyrics and then I try to figure out what's going on. My lyric was way off.
Yeah.
I like my lyric. Well, a lifetime has sustained us. Here we are now.
I'm not saying it's bad lyric. It would make for a decent song, I guess. But
that's not what it says.
No.
But he says, with the lights out, it's less dangerous. So anyway, I think what he's saying here is like isolating in your room and you don't have to interact with people. Is less with the lights out, it's less dangerous. If I'm in my room alone with the lights out, I don't have to talk to people. So therefore, there's no danger in that. I am by myself. Screw you, I don't have to socially interact. And then now it's, here we are now, entertain us, right? So with the lights out, it's less dangerous. I'm comfortable in my room alone. And then you go to the next line, because somebody made them get out of their room alone. Here we are now, entertain us. And that line's kind of saying like, okay, I've stepped out of my shell now, like everyone's been begging me to do.
And there's lots of lights on a stage.
What's so important out here? Why the hell did I come out of my room? Damn it, give me something to do since you wanted me out here so badly. You wanted me out of my shell. Why?
Here I am.
Here I am. Why am I out here?
Okay. I like it.
Okay, there we go. And then the next line flowing right into it is, Because I feel stupid and contagious. I would rather be in my room alone. You forced me out here. Now I feel stupid and contagious. But here we are now. Entertain us. Do something. You pushed me out here, right?
Yeah.
So, and then we go into mulatto. So it's a mulatto, an albino, a mosquito, my libido.
I always thought that was a mosquito and a beetle.
And you think I'm the one that comes up with ridiculous
Dude,
lyrics.
seriously. That could be Paul McCartney. That could be an insect. He just mentioned a mosquito. I don't want to hear it.
See, I knew it was my libido. I didn't know what any of the rest of the shit said, but I knew he was talking about his libido. So, do you know what a mulatto is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, for those of you who don't know what a mulatto is, it's a term historically used to describe a person of mixed white and black ancestry. So,
yes, it is a derogatory term.
It's considered today outdated and offensive and derogatory, but this is for definitive purposes. I'm not calling anybody that. It's in the song. So, and it makes a difference in the definition of what he's talking about, because the mulatto, he's talking about a mix between black and white. Right. And then the contradiction to that is an albino. So you've got a person of undefined melanin levels in their skin of ancestry, undefined origin, and then you've got absence of almost
a living human piece of paper.
Right. So it's a contradiction from one to the other. And then you go to a mosquito, my libido. It could just be nonsense that rhymes. I had one publication that said the comparison on the two are a mosquito and my libido, because both of them, you got to scratch that itch.
Maybe they both lead to penetration of skin.
That's exactly correct. Another one said that. I'm glad that you went there. I deleted that one out of my explanation. Okay. I really did. I'm like, I'm not saying penetration again.
Well, we've already said it a couple of times.
I know.
We've talked about glazed holes and Courtney Love. What are we doing here? Come on.
We have not said lover yet.
Well, you just did.
Yes!
Good job, buddy. So slipped that lover in after your libido.
So far, I think we've been able to explain every line up until this point. Mm-hmm. This gibberish that doesn't mean anything, right?
Sure.
So, and then, okay, we went a mosquito, my libido, yeah. And then, hey, yeah. Or hey, yay. Yay? Y-A-Y.
Well, according to Outkast, it's hey, ya.
Yes, we'll do Outkast later.
Okay.
So, next verse. I'm worse at what I do best. So that is, I'm such a loser that I'm even considered bad at the things I thought I was good at. Common teenage mindset.
Common teenage mindset sounds like the kind of guy who would do Kurt Cobain things.
So I'm worse at what I do best, and for this gift, I feel blessed. Because it takes the weight of success off of his plate. He knows he's going to fail. He doesn't even have to try. And if when you set out to fail, you're blessed because you don't have to try.
And when you take all of this and you put it against what was happening in the 80s at the time that they wrote this.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Our little group has always been and always will until the end. So we got a group of close friends, and I mean, this leads off of and for this gift, I feel blessed. Our little group has always been and always will until the end. So, I mean, the whole verse is one thing, but it's his little group sticks together. So instead of this mass 80s glam metal bull crap that they've
Bush crap.
I was going to curse. I was going to say shit. But
Well, good thing you didn't.
yeah, I know. I dodged a bullet on that one. But instead of this huge glam rock crowd, he doesn't want that. He's got a little group of friends. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
It's just me and my little group. That's all we need, and then we always will until the end. That's the Gen X mindset.
Well, it's one of the Gen X mindsets. Remember, the 80s were also the Gen X mindset.
This is a Gen X mindset.
There you go. I'm not wrong. You just heard me wrong.
So then we go into hello, 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 how low. We do all that again. And then with the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. A mulatto, an albino, a mosquito, my libido. Yay. Hey. Yay. Yeah. Okay. Next verse.
All right.
And I forget just why I taste. Oh yeah, I guess it makes me smile. So hear me out here. Again, I might be off my rocker, but I felt the need to define every line, right?
Right.
So I just picture somebody who's in their dark room, alone, maybe depressed, maybe just feeling good, isolated, right? Don't do that over there. And have you ever been like, you're not a video game guy,
No.
right? But anyway, you forget to eat when you get caught up in time to time.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Playing your guitar, something like that.
Yeah.
And I forget just why I taste. Oh yeah, I guess it makes me smile. So you forget to eat, and then finally, when like your mom comes in the room, she's like, "You want a sandwich?" Oh yeah, I forgot. And then you take a bite, and you're like, "Oh yeah, this is pretty good." and I guess it makes me smile. So finally, you remember it. It makes you happy. And then we go to, I found it hard. It's hard to find. Oh, well, whatever. Never mind. So I always thought that this line was hilarious, and this is the way that I've always defined it. It feels to me like he stops mid-thought. He, like, forgets what he's thinking about, and he's looking for what he wants to say, and then he's just like, forget it. It's not worth the trouble to finish the thought. Never mind.
Or the song. Like, what a definition. What a way to kick off the grunge movement.
He couldn't figure out how to end the song, so he's like, whatever, never mind.
So like we have two different attitudes existing, very, very parallel. Guns N' Roses was out in front. Obviously, they came first in 1987 with Sweet Child of Mine, right?
Yeah.
And when they couldn't figure out what to do with the end of the song, where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now?
So much.
And then
listen to the Sweet Child of Mine episode.
So
You'll
we
hate it
got
too.
that, but then you see how Kurt Cobain responds to that same sentiment of screw it, let's just end it.
It's very intentional.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Uh-huh. That's a great thought. And since it was a response to the glam metal, now are we getting a clearer picture that I don't think this was a bunch of gibberish that he just put down there, even though that's a common belief, right? Is that it's a bunch of gibberish. Each one of these lines makes sense. Every single one of them. And they make sense put together. How could it be gibberish?
Huh. Well,
So,
okay.
oh, well, whatever, never mind. And then we go into the hello, 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 how low. We do that 3 more times with three more hellos. We go through with the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us, stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us, mulatto, albino, mosquito, libido. And then we wrap up the song with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sorry, 9, a denial. A denial.
Not the river.
Not denial.
Sorry.
That was bad.
It was. I apologize.
A denial, 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 a denial.
Wonder who was denying what.
So that is the lyrics in their entirety.
Okay.
I think the reason why he screams a denial all the way through that is multiple different reasons. So it's the contradiction to whether it was an anthem for a generation, whether it was making fun of a generation, whether it was trying to make the ultimate pop song, whether it's making fun of ultimate pop songs, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And that's the a denial to wrap up the end, as in kind of like Blues Traveler at the end of Hook.
Yeah.
When I
love this.
Yep.
This is so cool.
When he wraps it all around and he's like, nah, I was just joking the whole time. Uh-huh. So
throw me a couple bucks, I'll sing you a song.
Yep. So that's the lyrics in their entirety. There we go. So we got anything else to add before we go into the online assessment?
No, let's go.
All right, online assessment. This is what the internet says Smells Like Teen Spirit is about.
All right.
When Nirvana recorded Smells Like Teen Spirit at Sound City in 1991, they were a working-class Seattle band with a cult following. Cobain wanted to blend pop accessibility with punk honesty. He tried calling it, quote, trying to write the ultimate pop song, a mission statement that accidentally created a cultural detonation. Okay. There are two major assessments to this song.
Okay.
Number one, the first and most predominant explanation of the song is it's just gibberish. Gibberish and sounds that rhyme. Kurt himself admitted that much of Smells Like Teen Spirit's lyrics writing was instinctive colleague? C-O-L-L-A-G-E. Colleague? Okay. There we go. Instinctive. Rhyming words. There we go. Focused more on how words felt and sounded rather than the literal meaning of the word. He described the lyrics as a big contradiction and said he often threw together lines that just sounded cool. Again, do you hear the comedy?
But that was... I've never consumed all of this at once, right? So most of what I know about this song lines up with that it was just... we just made noises until we made noises that sounded good together.
Yeah, Butch Vig and Novoselic confirmed that Kurt treated the vocals like another instrument, just texture over clarity. The gibberish theory for emotional tone, not narrative. Both Butch and Novoselic have said that. So I asked Google, is Smells Like... I know, gibberish. After going through all the lines in the way that I just explained it, can you believe that they think they... I put words that sounded good together in a Yahtzee cup and shook them around and threw them on the table. I don't know if I buy that, but I'm just telling you. Okay, so I asked Google, is Smells Like Teen Spirit gibberish? Google said yes. The lyrics of Smells Like Teen Spirit contain gibberish, partially in the outro, and many of the verses are deliberately incoherent to reflect a sense of apathy and rage. While some lines have a deeper meaning and were inspired by real-world brand, the overall effect is often a deliberate use of nonsensical phrases that feel meaningful, which is a style that Kurt Cobain developed. And, of course, my brain went crazy at the very end, and it went, which is a style that Kurt Cobain developed. I went all Abe Simpson on there, which was a style at the time. But
old man yells at cloud.
So that's what it's saying. Gibberish and nonsensical lyrics. Cobain often paired profound or deeply personal lines with ridiculous ones, sometimes just to fit a rhyme scheme or because a word came to him at the last minute. Just popped in his head. The combination of incoherent yet somehow meaningful lyrics contributed to the song's ethos of rebellion and confusion. I still don't buy it. Deliberate incoherence. The lyrics are often impressionistic, making it difficult for listeners to decipher, which can be part of the intended effect. I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job deciphering a lot of those lyrics.
Well, like, if you just go back to the two-word phrase overboard, there's three different applications for that.
That can each individually be used, or all three can be put together and still used. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to accept that he was probably far greater of a genius than than even I thought he was.
I think he was a lyrical genius, and he had an amazing sense of humor. He didn't care if anybody thought he was a genius. He thought it was more funny to let people think that, no, man, it's just gibberish. Doesn't mean anything. And that's what stuck. That's what stuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the whole song, right? Like everything about it was, everything about the song that stuck, like in the mind's eye of the public, is all a bunch of BS.
I'm telling you.
Everything about it, to the point that I thought it was fact.
The lyrics to Smells Like Teen Spirit were often difficult for listeners to decipher, both due to their nonsensicality and because of Cobain's slurred and guttural singing voice. I don't know. Would you describe that as guttural in Smells Like Teen Spirit?
No, it's very screamy. Like guttural would be like Slipknot.
Yeah.
Like this is not that.
I don't know. I hear him describe Chris Cornell as guttural a lot.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either. I think they like to use that in grunge because they don't know how else to describe it. Anyway, sorry. I'm going. The problem was compounded by the fact that Nevermind album liner notes did not include any lyrics for the song aside from selected lyrical fragments. They purposely didn't put the lyrics in there except for a couple of lines here and there. This made early radio stations hesitant on adding it to their rotation. One Geffen promoter recalled that people from rock radio told her, "We can't play this. I can't understand what the guy's saying." MTV went as far as to make a version of the video.
Louie had been on the air for 50 years at this point, but we can't put it on Kurt Cobain.
MTV went as far as to make a version of the video that included lyrics running across the bottom of the screen. That's not how they released the video. MTV added that.
MTV added the follow the bouncing ball.
That's like
hilarious.
That. Yes. American rock critic Dave Marsh noted comments by disc jockeys of the time that the song was released that it was the Louie of the 90s. Marsh went on to say, Teen Spirit reveals its secrets reluctantly and often incoherently. Just like I said that sentence. Let's try that again. A Teen Spirit reveals its secrets reluctantly and then often incoherently. Is that better?
Yes.
That was
good job, buddy.
Take two. After Marsh got a hold of the real lyrics, he said, "What I imagined was quite a bit better, at least more gratifying, than what the actual song was." And he added, "Worst of all, I'm not sure that I know more about the meaning of the song now than I knew before I got to the real lyrics." Dave Grohl. Here we got Dave now, finally. On how Kurt assembled the words here. He said, just seeing Kurt write the lyrics to his song 5 minutes before he sings it for the first time, you just kind of find it a little bit hard to believe that the song has a lot to say about something. You need syllables to fill up this space, or you need something that rhymes. He's saying that Kurt just threw the lyrics together 5 minutes before they recorded it.
Kurt wrote them down 5 minutes before they.
I think Dave's in on the joke.
I've been
yes.
From what I know about Dave Grohl, yes, he most certainly is. But
definitely.
the thing is, like, for a songwriter, you can have a song or a phrase rolling around in your head.
Oh yeah,
months, years before you actually start trying to do something. With it. And just because they saw him write them down 5 minutes doesn't mean that he hasn't wrote that song out. Maybe he just didn't bring his notepad with him.
Yeah, he had all the lyrics in his head. He didn't just blast them down as soon as he grabbed the pen and pad of paper. Yeah. So even producer Butch Vig on the title and the meaning of the song is, Butch says, it didn't really mean anything. He just thought it was stupid in reference to what he
Yeah.
said, Kurt Cobain. That's Butch. So this is all quotes from actual people, right? That's explanation one, that it means nothing. It's gibberish, and it was written 5 minutes before the recording.
It was written down 5 minutes before the recording. I refuse to accept.
Explanation number two.
Jeez.
All right?
We're on 2.
That was explanation number one. Explanation number two is that it's an anti-generational irony of nonconformity. Did you follow that?
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, that was tough to say. I think I spit it out all right. That
Yeah,
was good.
I think you did.
I did all right. Even with the spontaneity there, I had to back that up with tripping all over myself with it. Even with the spontaneous wordplay. Spontaneous. That's
Spontaneous.
That's what I said. We've been recording for too long today. We're
closing in on 2 hours on this one.
We're over 2 hours, I think.
No.
Spontaneous. We're going to go spontaneous. It looks really weird written on this screen. I'm sorry. If I could have you come over here and look at it, I'm not. Okay. Even with the...
I know what spontaneous looks like when it's written down.
Why? Because I know English.
Come on. Get to the spontaneous. Spontaneous.
The attitude behind the song is deliberate. Kurt said that it was about his frustration with apathy and false rebellion in his generation. People who talked anti-establishment but still followed trends. The line, "Here we are now, entertain us," mocks the passive consumer mindset. The whole song is satire to the idea of conformity disguised as nonconformity. That's why many critics summarize it as an anthem about rejecting anthems. In interviews, Kurt links the song's sentiment to disgust with his generation's apathy, a stance that overlaps with anti-consumerist, anti-complacency themes running through his worldview. So it's either about nothing, or we have all this information that talks about it's an anthem about rejecting anthems about nonconformity and anti-consumerist. Lyrically, the song offers fragments of frustration and fatigue, a portrait of young people drowning in overstimulation and self-awareness. It contradicts itself because that's exactly what Cobain saw in his generation. He said he wanted to make people feel like they weren't alone in their confusion with what they were seeing around them. As it rose up the charts, that message backfired in a way that haunted him. The song he wrote to mock commercialism became the poster child for commercialism. Nirvana went from underground heroes to mainstream icons overnight. Cobain spent the rest of his career grappling with that contradiction. The real meaning of Smells Like Teen Spirit is the tension between authentic emotion and the machine that packages it. It's a song about awakening at the same time as selling out. It's about revolution and resignation. It's about youth that doesn't know what to believe but feels like everything is owed to them anyway. It wasn't meant to start a movement, but it did, and that unintended revolution changed music forever. Or it's just gibberish. You can decide. Again, I think Kurt was gaslighting everybody because of all the contradictions, all the quotes he said, all the different things he told all the different people.
Well, I mean, like, even Eddie Vedder struggled with the explosion of the grunge movement with Jeremy, right? Like, he was not okay with how quickly they got famous.
Yeah.
And if the thing you got famous for was saying, I don't need to be famous, like, the idea of an anthem that is designed to be an anti-anthem is contradiction on itself. Right, you can't have an anthem that everybody can get behind if nobody's supposed to get behind it to begin with. And that would be very difficult to live with as being your primary creation.
I think it's very intentional.
I think you're right.
All the lyrics are very intentional. I think that it's just, I think he told people that he knew that weren't in the know, that were just holding a microphone and doing an interview because that's their job, and they had nothing but, just glaze over their eyes and a hamster running on a wheel inside their brain.
Yeah.
What's the song is about? It's about nothing. Just about gibberish. I was just trying to write the best pop song I could,
And having... And you go from being in these really soulful places with the Eddie Vedders and the Chris Cornells and the Dave Grohls and the Lane Staleys, and you're just like in these small, intimate places in a kind of a wet, dirty basement in Seattle to standing in front of some doofus from MTV whose only job is to stand there and look pretty with the microphone and then occasionally shove that microphone in your face.
Yep, to get a soundbite.
Yep.
So that's what he did. He gave sound bites, and I think he thought it was hilarious.
And to honor their friend, Butch, Chris, and Dave all said, yep, it's about nothing.
Yep, it's about nothing. Yep. He just wrote it down 5 minutes before we started playing. It doesn't mean anything at all, just carrying the joke along. I think it's very intentional. I think there's a clear message about it. I think every line can be defined, and the song not only has a flow, but each verse complements the verse before it.
Absolutely.
So you guys can decide, though. If you think it's about nothing or if you think it's about something else, reach out in the comments. Let us know. But
Chris, Dave, Pat, Butch, let us know. If you're hearing this, please reach out. We would absolutely love to talk to any and all of you at any point about this.
So I'm going to tell you what some fans already say the song is about. So I've got online fan quotes.
And I'm sure you had a lot to dig through.
Oh, my God. Oh, it was crazy. So, all right. All my fan quotes that I go through, all of them are attributed to actual quotes that I've found online. They're real people that make real quotes. All the links to their sources are in my sources. All the links to the quotes are in the sources. So you can find it if you want to look. I'm not saying their names on here. I'm just going to say anonymous. Right. So I have 3 fan quotes that I have specifically picked for this out of the thousands and
thousands.
So quote number 1.
All right.
Anonymous, quote number 1. I'll tell you what the song means. Nothing. It's a bunch of nonsense. Nirvana had some good songs, but this isn't one of them. Ridiculous nonsense. Musical genius indeed. If Kurt hadn't unalived himself, he would have been exposed for the no-talent hack he really was.
I want to fight this person.
His name is in the sources, sir.
I'm looking him up. Everybody look him up, and please respond to the quote.
And now you can see why I always just say anonymous. I'm not saying this man's name.
Oh, we shouldn't dox people, but...
Quote number 2. Anonymous number 2.
Anonymous.
Plain and simple. It's about masturbation.
Yes, of course it is.
Of course. I want to see him go through lyric by lyric and tell me how he came to that conclusion.
Just slowly pumping the bottle of Jergens. This doesn't sound right. Squish, squish, squish.
Anonymous quote number 3. Jesus Christ on a tricycle, people. It's about the pains and the way teenagers view the world and the stereotypes. Just shutting every thought out and feelings. That's Jesus Christ on a tricycle, people. I don't know who that man is that said that, but that's how I pictured him saying it. Yeah, are you broken?
I am. We didn't hear from Reginald the reviewer though.
No.
The really long, drawn out, stupid statement.
No, we did not. Reginald did not make an appearance.
He did not.
You said it was Reginald, and I was trying to remember who like that name. I came to that conclusion afterwards, but in the meantime, I think I modified Reginald, and I think I called him in my head. I think I called him Rupert. And isn't Rupert the one in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with the patch over his eye where he has like the cork on the fork? So
That's even better.
That's who I picture now. He's got a cork on a fork.
Why is the cork on the fork? So he doesn't hurt himself.
Poke. So he's got penny loafers sitting next to a fireplace with like a wine glass in one hand and a cork on a fork on the other hand.
And an eye patch as he's trying to navigate his iPad to make the...
Yep. It's either Rupert or Reginald now, all right? We're going to modify that character as we move forward. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
But that's it, Decoders. Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana on Lyrics Decoded. A song that inspired a musical revolution, possibly using lyrics that mean nothing and just sound pretty. Well, you decide.
Yeah.
So, either way, it inspired a generation to get off their asses and put on a flannel shirt because you could be the next rock star.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week on Lyrics Decoded.
Bye, guys. All right, decoders, that was Smells Like Teen Spirit Part 2. Everything you didn't know about the song and more. Hope you enjoyed it. We really enjoy doing this. And if you'd like to support us directly, go to patreon.com/lyricsdecoded. Throw us a couple of bucks a month. We'd really appreciate it. If you'd like to share and follow and get our word out there, you can do it from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Overcast, Castro, Castbox, Good Pods, True Fans, and anywhere else that you can find a decent podcast. We will be on YouTube soon enough, and if you are listening to this on YouTube, fantastic. I edited this before I figured it out. So hopefully we're already there, and that's where you're listening from. Anyway, around it, turn us up too loud in traffic, turn us up too loud in your car, turn us up too loud at the factory, at the dock, in your cubicle, anywhere you have control of the radio, because that is the best way to spread what we do is word of mouth, and we are relying on you to do it for us. We love you, and we will see you next week at Lyrics Decoded.